Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We recently have got several new leaks for upcoming Battlefield 6 content. We're talking some new weapons, new map details, just a bunch of general gameplay leaks for presumably Season 2, mid-Season 2, potentially even some Season 3 and beyond stuff as well. Timing with leaks is always something that is a bit up in the air because things can be scrapped, adjusted, pushed back, updated in various different ways, so that's always tricky to fully pin down and pinpoint. However, we've got some very interesting things to discuss here. This first bit of information stemming from one Battlefield who we've talked about here on the channel a little bit over the course of BF6's lifespan. And with this first leak, pretty interesting, but also still a little bit ambiguous as far as the specifics go. They say, I found ranked and competitive mentions in the newest Battlefield Labs build and includes a competitive season and a specific type of rank, which is different from your career or your mastery ranks. What's not specified here, obviously, is if this is ranked for multiplayer, if it's ranked for Battle Royale, if it's ranked for Gauntlet. We don't really know there. I'd be interested to see full-on competitive modes really in any of those and how much they'd support that. I'd say it'd be a little bit interesting on the Battle Royale side of things, considering we still don't even have solos and trios. So if they were to somehow get a ranked mode out before that, I'd be pretty surprised, but something to keep an eye on if you are a fan of competitive play. Ranked play or league play could be coming to Battlefield 6 here. Danny ends up responding just saying interesting, and when Battlefield says could be Battle Royale only, but still not sure at the moment. So ranked in Battle Royale does seem to be potentially on the horizon here, but it could also end up being a thing in multiplayer as well. Time will tell, but that's certainly one that I think would be very interesting to see play out. As mentioned, we've also got quite a few map leaks today to cover. This first one from one Battlefield here. One of the data miners also says that operations could be coming back in Battlefield 6. This would be fantastic news. I think a lot of players so far have really said this game needs operations. We need to see that large scale play space. Currently, 3 maps though are featured under operations, and that would be Myrick Valley, Liberation Peak. So kind of interesting they'd already just choose 2 outright that we have between some of the other large scale modes. But then also Linden Beach, which is presumably a code name, as that is a new map in the files. However, we now have some updated information on Linden Beach. One Battlefield follows up and says this map is actually probably called Contaminated, not Linden Beach. That's just like the code name for it as mentioned or whatever, but Contaminated, we of course just got the official reveal for in their latest community blog, detailing that as an upcoming map for Season 2. It'll be featured in the upcoming Labs build as well, so players will be able to experience that. So that's one of the new maps, presumably, that could be featured under operations here. And hopefully that's something that they continue to either push forward with new maps coming in every single season, but then also bring back some previous operations, which really has been something I've seen a ton of comments on dating back to the launch of Battlefield 6. So some more interesting details here as well. Keep in mind, as we're going through all the new leaks, all the new rumors here today, if you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It's a great way to help grow the channel and share the video around. And if you happen to be new to the channel, maybe you have not subscribed yet, we should change that. I always got you covered with absolutely everything going on in the world of Battlefield. So the latest news and updates, leaks and rumors like this, it's all here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay in the know. Next up here, we've got some new leaks from Sean Weber, aka Just for Leaks. He says Battlefield 6 has the escalating threats theme or overview for Season 2, and what he could confirm through the files so far is at least 2 new maps. Now we know they have already confirmed Contaminated, so that's going to be one of them. Then we have at least 1 more new map coming beyond that. Hopefully we have more than just that. I feel like 2 maps per season is probably not enough to really start a resurgence in terms of player sentiment and getting the player base back on the game. We really need more content updates here, and just 2 maps could be a little bit underwhelming there. I think to a lot of players, we'll have to see on that, but at least 2 new maps, then maybe some remasters or some remakes. We have Hagenthal Air Base, which is apparently going to be a medium-sized map. That could be one of these new ones. And then also the gas-themed Battle Pass skins. We have heard several times now that there is like this overall toxic theme to Season 2 with Battle Pass skins, themes, their new different toxic themed blueprints and skins and things of that nature. So that'll be like how everything is based as far as the art and the theme of everything goes, which lines up with all the leaks so far. Now, while we're still on the topic of some maps and then also some weapons here, I want to quickly jump back to this original leak from Temporal way back in November, talking about some Season 2 stuff, where he detailed the new weapons of the MG5, the Bren, the Scorpion Evo, and the Scorpion VZ61. We've got some newer weapon leaks leaks to discuss here in just a moment. He also at the time detailed the AH6 Little Bird, which we now have confirmed for season 2. But in the replies here, he was asked if there would maybe be a propaganda remaster as a potential map update, because there's a lot of Czech weapons here. Temporal responds and says Propaganda's remaster is set in Bulgaria, but maybe it's part of like an Eastern Europe focus season. At the moment, the MG5 is the only weapon tied to a season. The rest is still up in the air, so it could be pushed back or altered in different ways there. Temporal was also asked, are you sure Propaganda is coming back? Another remastered map coming? Temporal says it's kind of a gray area there. There are hints at it, but it's nothing certain. Consider it an educated guess for the time being. He was then asked with downtown from the RedSec map with Fort Linden and everything there, and Temporal says there's actually separate downtown map references that are not connected to the RedSec section or the portal map. They point to a regular multiplayer map, but the available data is still very limited. This obviously, like I said, was all the way back in November, but potentially Propaganda back as a remastered map, and then them using different parts of downtown or maybe downtown as a whole for a multiplayer map could be possible here as well, just to, you know, keep some filler content in there so we have more than just 2 maps potentially for a multi-month long season. Like I said, I really think they got to up that map count per season to really keep players interested and keep the game feeling a bit more fresh, and maybe this is how they do it. But then speaking of weapons there, we obviously had those original ones from Temporal. Battlefield Intel also posted the other day saying some new rumors for season 2 weapons. We could potentially see the FB MSBS Grot, the VHS2, and the MG5 LMG here as well. So again, take it with a grain of salt. As with the weapon leaks, they could absolutely be pushed back to different seasons. They could mix and match between some of the leaks that we've seen so far between Temporal and this report here. But another thing to note here as far as some potential season 2 arsenal updates go. And then lastly, it was confirmed, Battlefield Bulletin ends up reporting on this saying Contaminated is going to be playable starting Friday, January 23rd if you are a part of the labs tests here, which ultimately means we're going to see more leaks out for this map with like full gameplay. You're not supposed to share anything from labs. It's under NDA, so everyone under the NDA is not supposed to screen cap or record or anything. It happens regardless. Those leaks will get DMCA'd, but not until, you know, thousands of people see them, and then they get shared around and shared around. So we're gonna have actual Contaminated map gameplay probably leaking here very soon. For what it's worth, the map is set in Germany in a Cold War era airbase in Bavaria called Hagenthal. So that's actually going to be that middle-sized map there, just connecting the dots here, which is the weak link in NATO's satellite command node there. So that'll be that medium-sized map according to that, which is, again, interesting considering it's also listed under the operations section. Are they going to expand it out? Like, what's going on there? Really interesting stuff here with how the leaks connect. But nonetheless, we've got several new leaks here across the board for new gameplay updates, map details, weapon details, as well. As we get closer and closer to the middle of February when season 2 is going to be dropping, we should have a much better idea and understanding of what to expect for that season 2 update and all the content that'll be available within it, either through new leaks from labs or from data mine stuff, or from direct confirmations, new blog posts and announcements from Battlefield themselves. Regardless of the source, you guys know we'll be covering all the need to know details here when they surface, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating on your way out would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.